The first truth is, oh, I know that I need to shut up and be quiet, and I need to support his dreams, and that's what he deserves and desires, and that's the right thing to do. But then her second truth is, but I also want to be a boss babe, and I want to do my own thing. I want to be able to park my jet next to his. And then the third thing, oh, because he was able to provide me a lifestyle and I have fun all throughout this time, I would do it again, even though I loved him, but I wouldn't marry him. So what you're saying is you were willing to use him. C1music.fm. We on tonight, today, Real Talk News, Real Talk Reporting. It's your host for the evening, Aaron Robinson. You know how we do all day, every day. I got my panel in the building with me. You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking with me all week on different shows and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give the panel a round of applause for, you know what I mean, thugging it out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we're doing our thing. So, today's topic title is Two Truths. Relationships can teach us to listen, grow, and sometimes even silence parts of ourselves. I know this was something that my friend Apple here was talking about the other day. And we asked, but at what cost? At what cost should a woman or a man silence themselves to be in a relationship? When does compromise cross over into listening to our true voice? How do we honor both love and ambition? This episode explores the real life contradictions ambitious women face when choosing between self-expression and partnership, especially with high profile or high alpha partners. Before I start off and get into my clip, I want to say this. And I know one day me and Kathy was having a conversation about this sometime last year. And I told her, I want to ask y'all real quick. Apple, do you refer to your husband as a partner?
Yes.
All right, just hold there.
Yeah. Okay.
Charity, do you refer to your husband as your partner?
Yeah.
Eddie, would you refer to your wife as your partner?
Yep.
Now, see, I don't know if Kathy remembers when me and her had this conversation, right? And I told her, "Yo, I don't believe in that word partner
Mm-hmm.
when you're relating to your spouse." My wife. My wife is not my partner. She's my wife. Partner is what I look at when I'm doing a business transaction and I'm doing business with somebody. Like if I start a business, that's my business partner. You know what I'm saying? Partner to me leaves it out for confusion to happen. Partner is not declaring or proclamating that you are in a true relationship with somebody. Partner is saying, hey, that's my partner, and I can easily break off the partnership if if something goes wrong. Husband and wife, you don't get to easily just break it off. That you got to work it out. But declaring our partner and say me and my spouse is in a partnership. That's not marriage. That's partnership. That's not boyfriend and girlfriend. That's partnership. Kathy, do you remember us having this conversation?
Yes, I do remember. And you asked me if I would call my boyfriend a partner, and I said yes. And you were against it.
Yeah, I would never call somebody I'm dating somebody I'm in a serious relationship with. Because even then, if I'm dating somebody, you're not my partner. We're not partners. What are we partners in? You know what I'm saying? You're not
Marriage.
my partner. I'm single, technically. And when I get married, me and my wife are not partners. That's my wife. I would never call, oh, my partner. If I would never go to stand in front of my church and say, yeah, me and my partner are going on vacation this week. No, I would say me and my wife are going on vacation. I would never use the word partner. I don't know why that terminology is for this generation or whatever is used. I never ever at one point in time in my life ever called my wife my partner or referenced her as partner. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all if y'all real quick before we get started, if y'all can tell me why do y'all refer to y'all significant other as partner?
For
To
me, I
me,
would say
it's not
it's
about.
like. Sorry. Go ahead.
Kathy,
Okay, it's not.
you're Kathy, hold on, Kathy, you're not married, so for
I'm
you to
just
say
saying. I'm just saying. It's
your boyfriend,
society.
your boyfriend can't be your partner if you're not married at any point in time. You can't even refer to the word. So I'll come to you last, Kathy. Go ahead,
Okay.
Charity. Go
Okay,
ahead,
no.
Charity.
I'm trying to say is that when you ask that question, I know that is the area you wanted to go, but it's not in every context that I will refer my husband as a partner. Maybe in a discussion, maybe I'm not random discussion, but in a serious saying or in a serious talk, I don't refer him as a partner.
Yo,
When you
it's
ask that
power in the
question, I know
tongue,
it.
though. It's power in the tongue. It's power in your speech. If you are
Yes,
declaring him to be a partner at any point in time in your life that y'all are only partners, that you are speaking that into existence. He's not your partner. He's your husband. There's more
yeah, it's
weight to
my.
saying that he's your husband than saying he's your partner. Partner means that y'all just do business together.
So what if you and your wife
Hold on,
is a
hold on, hold on.
business
Apple, hold on, hold on,
owner?
hold on, hold on, hold on. So let me ask you this question, Apple, real quick, because I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Hmm.
What is the definition of a partner?
Well, most partnership, like there's no intimate or romantic, or I agree with you, but it depends on the people. It depends
No,
on
it don't
what
depend.
part.
If you agree with me, you can't. It can't depend on anything. If you agree with
Well,
me,
it
you're null and void in everything that you're about to say.
it depends on what
It
you're
don't
pertaining
depend.
to.
It don't depend. What's your definition of a partnership?
Well, maybe it's a partnership. That's why you call it partner, right?
All right. So is a partnership the same thing as a marriage?
Is it not?
No, it's not. You said in a partnership before, you just were saying, oh, partnership is not an intimate situation, this, that, and the third. And then you just went and said, you know what, I agree with you. Now you saying now
I'm
you
what
said
I'm
marriage and partnership is the same thing.
what I'm trying to say is it depends on what part of your marriage you are pertaining to, just like what
Nah, man. Nah,
Charity
man.
saying earlier. It's not, I know when it's more of a legal discussion. Of course, I'm saying
Hey,
it's a husband or wife.
Apple. There's this fence, right? It's a fence, right? You can't,
Mm-hmm,
you can't, you can't walk on both sides of the fence. You got to pick a side, right? You sound like you on both sides of the fence. Either
mm-hmm.
you're gonna say you agree with me, but then you are arguing why a partnership and a marriage is the same thing. So how is it that you're arguing that, but then you agree with me on what I'm saying? You don't agree with me. Save it for another day. Eddie. What's your perspective, real quick, and then I'm gonna move on.
I but a partnership and a marriage are totally different. But your first question was whether I could use it, yes, but thinking of it, it seems wrong actually. It seems wrong to to call your wife or girlfriend or partner.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I would never refer to my wife as my partner. She's not my partner. Even if you want to say, oh, well, she's your life partner. But a partnership can be dissolved. It can be ended.
Yeah.
it doesn't hold as much weight as marriage. That's all I'm saying. So and then Kathy, I will give you an opportunity to give say your speech on this, but the fact of the matter is, Kathy, you are referring to it as a boyfriend girlfriend situation. And if you want to use partnership in a boyfriend girlfriend situation, I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. But if you want to talk about it from a husband wife standpoint, I would never. Me personally, everybody can choose. If Apple, if you want to call your husband your partner, go at it. I'm just saying from me and from a Christian perspective, I would never refer to my wife as my partner. She's more than just a partner to me. So, but if y'all want to use it, cool. I'm just saying I would never. Just like Eddie just said, it's wrong. All right. I'm sorry. Going back to the topic of today, 2 truths. What I want to do is I'm going to play this video for y'all, and I want y'all to respond to this video and tell me if 2 truths are going on at the same time. I'm going to break down the 2 truths, and then we'll dialogue on it. But I want y'all to see if y'all see the 2 truths on display on your own. All right? Are y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
What did that relationship teach you?
It taught me to be quiet.
Explain.
Everything doesn't need a response, and I didn't know that. I'm playing in a new field. Everything doesn't need a response, and everyone doesn't need to know how I'm feeling. I'm a woman that likes to speak about what I feel. I'm a woman that's very confident that I'm allowed to use my words. But as the 2 years have proceeded, it's been 2 years, I've learned I don't need to say something about everything.
Did you really take that relationship serious?
Oh, I was in love. Yeah, I was in love. He was working out with me.
Okay.
So
Did you think that you will fall into or go into the sunset, live happily ever after with him?
no,
But you were in love.
yeah.
Explain that.
You don't have to be, I'm not delusional. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's delusional. She thinks she's the last one standing. No, babe, I'm on a jet. I'm on a jet. This is my manifest. This is on my vision board. I have the vision boards. If y'all want the screenshots, insert now. I was on a jet with a man that made me laugh. That was hot. That was fly. I don't care. Y'all can't tell me that wasn't fly. That was fly. He had me on a jet every day, almost every day of this. We were together 9 months. We lived together 6 months. We was sticking and moving.
Yeah.
He was laughing, I was laughing. Laughter is the something of joy. What's the word? What's it? Something.
It's the glue.
It's the glue of joy. I love that. Laughter is the glue of joy.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. You want to meet someone funny? Go interview that man.
I've been trying.
Yeah, I might figure it out, but yeah, no, laughter. Just a whisper of that laughter that's what's gonna heal our earth. Laughter, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Talk about it later, but
Through that time, laughter couldn't keep y'all together. So what was something that you was realizing like, yo, this may not be the situation for me?
I think that a boss like that needs someone to sit down. Sit down. Go be in his life and sit down. Sit down. Have a great life. Be on the jet. Laugh. Sit down. Don't do too much.
What do you mean, don't do too much?
Don't do too much. I'm doing too much. I'm here. I'm in this city. I'm getting hosting. I'm getting booking. I'm writing a book. I have an app. I'm working out. I'm working out with celebrity men. I'm doing all these cool things. You're doing too much. You're getting too much attention, right? And these are not his words. This is not something he insinuated on me. This is an observation I made as being in the seat.
Yes.
Sit down, Christina. Like, you're doing too much. I'm trying to record a song. Stop. We're not recording right now. What? Yes, I am. And I'm that kind of girl. I don't need a man to, that's what we were talking about earlier, to full circle. I don't need a man to come in my life and you're not my daddy. You're not my father. I'm not a child.
But there's a lot of contradiction that's coming with what you're saying now.
How?
Because you started this conversation early on with saying a man being an alpha makes you feel confident in hushing.
An alpha man doesn't mute your success.
Knowing what you know now, would you date him again?
Yes. Would I marry him? No.
Knowing what you know now, would you date him again? Not for the second time. I'm saying for the first time. Would you?
Yeah. For the first time?
No.
Oh, buckle up, baby. Yes.
Why?
It was fun.
Okay.
That was joy. It wasn't a day I didn't laugh. He cured my little pimples because I was just laughing all the time.
Yeah.
I was full of serotonin. I was full of the chemical in your brain that is happy. Yeah. I was absolutely happy. I didn't experience too many down days. It's just sitting there, you're thinking like, hey, I've been having fun for 6 months now. I need to get back to my routine. I'm waking up 5 a.m. You know my routine. 5 a.m., I'm in the gym. I'm doing that. I'm shipping orders. I'm doing these things. I need to get back to me. I need to spend some time with me. Yeah. But when you're dating a man that successful, he kind of needs you to just be about him.
Which is true.
Which is true. And it's okay. I think that's beautiful. I think you've earned the right to do that.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of money, you get to dictate your environment.
But being in a relationship where you have acknowledged that you were in love, you don't think a conversation needed to be happen to say, babe, like, whatever you guys' verbiage was, like, hey, this is who I am. I've catered and I'm willing to cater to you, but I need to be moving and grooving in my own sense too, because this is what makes me happy.
I think that was said lightly, and from that point, he posted Mackie Body every single day. Every day that he would post his brand, he would post Mackie Body. And I thought that was fly, but that's not enough for me though. Like, I'm thinking, I want to park my jet next to your jet. And it's not because you bought the jet, it's because I bought the jet. It's because I did the movies. Since breaking up with him, since like living on my own in Miami, thank you God for bringing me to him. Like I would have never lived in Miami.
Yeah.
Thank you God. But since then, I've wrote an entire book. I have a $1 billion business idea. I have a $1 million plan for this year. Like, we are en route to doing what we set out to do, right? And I think that couldn't have been possible by me just like laying up with you and supporting you and at your show. I need you at my show too. I want that though. I want to be a man's support system in his love, but I also need to know, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Christina's locked in. She's locked in, so I'm not going to, I'm going to go do my own thing.
All right, real quick, before I just want to get the woman's reactions first, real quick. I just want a yes and no. I want a yes and no. Kathy first. Do you agree with what she said? With what she said?
Yes.
Okay. Apple, do you agree with what she said?
Yes and no.
Hold on.
But more
Just
of a yes.
More of a yes. All right. Charity, do you agree with what she said?
Yes.
All right. Eddie, did you agree with what she was saying? Eddie, did you agree with what she was saying, Eddie? Is Eddie still with us?
You're on mute.
Eddie, you're on mute. Did you agree with what she was saying? I don't know what's going on with Eddie. He's just looking at the camera. I don't know what's going on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You didn't say nothing, brother. Do you agree with what she was saying? Eddie. Talk, Eddie. Talk. Do you?
I'm not. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. What you were saying?
I don't agree with her. No.
All right, cool. That's all I wanted to hear. All right. I'm surprised that all the women. I'm not surprised that all the women said they agree with her, and I'm not surprised that you and I, Eddie, disagree with her. And that's the reason why this conversation is titled Two Truths. Okay? Because throughout the whole conversation, which is the reason why I would never really let a woman lead me, because she contradicted herself the whole way through everything that she was saying. There was contradiction after contradiction after contradiction. Let me point out the two truths that I realized in this conversation. The first truth, right? She said in the relationship gave her joy and love, and it taught her to be silent and to be there for support. That's the first truth I heard, and she was rocking like that in the beginning. And then she said the relationship on her second truth conflicted with her independence and her long-term vision, meaning that she wanted to be a competitor. She wanted to compete with him. She wanted to be able to have her plane and park it next to his. Although she acknowledged that she acknowledged that he didn't even say anything to her. She acknowledged that a guy like him, for me to be the perfect wife, to be the perfect girlfriend, I need to just be there and be their support. She acknowledged and admit that, which is the craziest thing of why I'm sitting here listening. All three ladies said they agree with her. And I'm like, yo, if y'all agree with her, then you understand that she's contradicting what she's saying. So, but I'm going to give y'all a chance to express yourselves. And I'm going to give a chance. And Apple, I'm definitely coming to you. Okay? When a relationship teaches us to be quiet or hold back, how do we know whether we're growing or simply suppressing our true selves? So that's a throw-out question. Here's the real question. Can a relationship teach you the value of silence without silencing who you are?
Yes. I've been in a long-term relationship, and I have my immaturity during back then. So I have this tendency that to argue or to win the argument, or every misunderstanding is like a battle to us. And I wanted to sometimes, as a strong I'm a strong I have a strong personality, and I am really an alpha woman. So I can say yes, but you know as we grow and we mature, I need to trim down also. Especially now, I'm I'm in a marriage, and I'm a wife now, and I have a daughter that who sees everything, who hear everything. So that's why I don't need to win every battle. I don't I don't really need to argue every disagreements.
Eddie, did she contradict herself even in that statement that she just said?
Yeah.
I agree as well.
Yep.
Sometimes the thing that's funny to me is I don't even think women realize that they're contradicting themselves. But when she was talking, Charity was making faces. So I'm gonna go to Charity. Charity, I seen your face expressions when she's, especially when she said, "I'm an alpha woman too." Kathy was laughing, and Charity started smiling. What's your response to that, Charity?
To me, I didn't see.
Hold on. Answer the question. Can a relationship teach you the value of silence without silencing who you are? Yes or no?
Yes. Then, like I said, I didn't see all these things in a competitive way at all. And we said that two of them, there's no balance in the relationship. And it still boils down to few discussion we had the previous day. Before you are entering into a relationship with somebody, you must have shared values. Their values are not the same. They have different goals. The man wants to be, I'm that man. In fact, you don't need to do too much and all that. But the woman wants more for herself. So I believe there are men that want their woman to work or to have a career or to go about their own activities without even, interfering so much and all that. So, but I think there is no balance in the relationship. That is my own. Yes, you can be silenced, but in that silence, if you still want to discover yourself, you can discover yourself. And you discovering yourself and the other partner or the other person is not willing to adjust or to accept your own perspective or the area you are going, I don't think that relationship, definitely like the one that we watch, it will crumble.
What about if you are alpha female?
If I'm alpha female, I will stood my ground because there's no going back. You have to stand with what you believe, regardless.
So, because my argument will be this: if you are alpha female, you shouldn't get married
I don't think so.
unless you're marrying a weak-minded man. If your husband is
No,
if you
but
are alpha female, if
I want to ask you,
listen,
please.
Charity, listen for me for a
Yeah.
minute. If you are alpha female, you should not get married.
Huh? I believe marriage is not for everybody, Sha.
Right. So, all right. So, if you're alpha female, you shouldn't be married.
Yes.
And if you do get married, you're two alphas can't be in two alphas can't be in a relationship together. One
Okay,
person
there's
can
something I
only be
need. There's
alpha.
some
There's
like
only one
yesterday.
alpha in a relationship.
See, there's something I need to point out.
Point it out.
Like that of yesterday when you are talking about the number of percentage of women that fight for divorce and all that, especially in Nigeria. I will tell you, yes, men will like to get married, remarried at the same time, but most of the women don't, on their own, they're not willing to remarry. And I don't know how is it like this. Once a woman leaves a marriage like this, it will be like some of them, you are out of bondage, and you see that woman, the kind of expansion she will have, is not there when she was in a marriage, especially in terms of financial aspect or success. So many of them will be like, I don't want to go back to, they see it as a bondage or a kind of, there's no freedom in it. So they will be like, they're okay with their kids, they're okay with their own as far as they have that money and all that. So yes, I believe marriage is not for everybody. Once you know that, no, the term marriage is broad, and as a woman, as a Christian, you say submit to your husband, but the husband loves your wife. So it's not everybody, because some people find it that submission comes with a kind of controlling, authoritative, a kind of, you are not commanding this person, you are now inferior, or a kind of something like that. So some women, we have that mentality that this person is now treating me like a slave or whatsoever. But in actual sense, if it still boils down to two people in that relationship, do you have shared values? What do you have for yourself? That is it.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. I feel like you went on a whole different direction from where the conversation is going. So I'm gonna bring us back in real quick.
Okay.
And Kathy, but Eddie, you look like you want to say something. Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, I wanted to disagree a bit before you go to Kathy. I believe there's this misconception that women think that they're the ones that choose to get married. No, it's the men that marry the women. Women do not decide to get married. No, we choose to marry the women. That is I think that's a misconception that women have, and
we talked about that last year, man. You know what I mean?
yeah, we are the ones that marry the
Women get
women.
to
They do
choose.
not choose.
Women get to choose when you can have sex with them,
Exactly, but
right?
we are the ones that
But men
propose. We are the
choose if
ones
they
that,
want to marry you or not.
yeah,
Women do not control marriage. Men does.
yeah,
Men has to choose you.
yeah.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
A good thing.
But he has to want to choose you.
Yeah.
But let me get Kathy real quick. Kathy, I'm gonna move on to another question. Can you fully support, in your case, can you fully support your partner success without feeling like you are muting your own success? Is that possible for you as a woman?
No, I'm not supporting anyone.
So you're
What
not getting
about
married?
me? Maybe, maybe not.
So I'm lost because I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell y'all real quick about Kathy. All right. Let me tell y'all about Kathy real quick. Last year, in the beginning of last year, Kathy was on this whole, yo, I'm not da 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 da, this that. Then later on in the year, she had a boyfriend. Oh, I'm so in love. Mm. She was, a totally different person, yo. A totally, Eddie, am I lying, Eddie?
Very true.
So So I know Kathy blows with the wind. If she's in love, if she's dating and in love, then her conversation is totally different. If she's single, then she's back to her, yeah, I'll marry a dude for money. I don't care about that. I don't care about love. So you gotta take what Kathy say with a grain of salt sometimes. Am I are we making this up, Kathy?
No,
So
that's me.
so are you saying that so you saying you're not getting married because you don't want to you don't want to mute your own success? You want to be the boss babe and park your jet next to his jet?
Yeah, I wanna do that.
I would argue and say those are not attributes of a person that wants to get married.
I guess that's not my cup of tea. Marriage is not my cup of tea for now.
There won't be it will be
Yeah, I'm
forever,
just
not for
saying for
now.
now. I'm just saying for now.
So Charity, I want to ask you because I'm gonna let Eddie speak on this in a hot second. Charity, are you saying that because matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to Apple real quick. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm going to Apple because Apple brought this up yesterday. She said that we are all equals, right? She called us
Mm-hmm.
equals and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And here, because I actually would bring in three truths. My third truth, when he asked her, would she date him again? And she said yes, but she wouldn't marry him. What that tells me is she's willing to use him to get whatever fun that she want out of him. And then when she's done with him, she's gonna move on. That's the third truth in my personal opinion. The first truth is, oh, I know that I need to shut up and be quiet and I need to support his dreams, and that's what he deserves and desires, and that's the right thing to do. But then her second truth is, but I also want to be a boss babe and I want to do my own thing. I want to be able to park my jet next to his. And then the third thing, oh, because he was able to provide me a lifestyle and I have fun all throughout this time, I would do it again, even though I loved him, but I wouldn't marry him. So what you're saying is you were willing to use him. Apple, and you co-signed and agreed with all of this when I asked you, did you agree with it? So explain yourself to me, because that's not equality.
Well, equality is every one of us has a choice. Okay, so not every women is alpha women. Not all men is a alpha men.
Let's talk
So
about you personally, because you said you are an alpha woman. How did you even get
yeah,
married then?
yeah. So I'm a alpha woman. My husband is not really as strong as like I am. That's why we're compatible.
What?
At some
That's the
maybe
truth.
at some point we have different we have different we have different strength. We have different what do you call that, drive in each other. So
Hold on. I want to make sure I understand what you said. Having different drive is totally different from saying you got a weak-minded man. Like, so are you saying you run the pants in your relationship?
it's not like a weak-minded man.
You saying that? So let me ask. Hold on. So is your husband a leader?
Yes, yes he is, but
What's your
at
so what's your definition of a leadership man?
he's the leader in their workplace, but here in our house.
Whoa.
Just kidding, but me as
Is
a
he the leader at
strong.
home?
Yeah, I let him.
You let him.
I let him.
Go ahead, Eddie. Get on it, Eddie. I ain't gonna touch that, Eddie. She let him lead.
No, you do
I
not
have I
let.
have to compromise. I have to compromise. We are husband and wife now, and that's
Get
in the
on it, Eddie.
Bible.
you know,
if
listen to the phrasing. I let him lead. No, you should allow to be led. You don't let him to lead. You allow to be led. That is what I think. That is how I think it should be. And then also, generally speaking, I think most women, just because men let women just talk as much as you want, we create this thinking in their heads that they're alpha. But I don't think any man would want an alpha female. No man wants that. A man is alpha. So why would they want an alpha in my life again? As my wife. I don't think any man wants an alpha woman. No.
To me, yesterday we was talking about the most important priority that we want from a female, especially if you're an alpha, is like a woman that's going to help you provide a family, and be a part. I don't want a woman who's looking your success and wanting to pull up a jet. And that's the thing. I feel like women
I have a
get so
question.
wrong. This is where women get it wrong, because they feel like that's a flex if they're able to pull up a jet and pull it next to their husband's. Oh, you got a jet? I got a jet too. That's not a flex. That's a turnoff. I would be turned off by that. I don't care about your jet, man.
That is ego.
I don't care about your jet. I don't want to ride. I don't want to fly separately to our location. I don't want you to fly on your jet and I fly on mine. You understand? That's not a flex. But for females, they feel like that's a flex. Oh, he got a jet. I got a jet too. I could pull up on my jet. I'm a boss babe. I'm an alpha babe. That's not a flex. That's a turnoff. Charity, do you agree with me, Charity?
I don't.
You don't
To
agree?
me, I didn't see it's not a flex.
Hold on.
So, as an individual, as an adult, you need to satisfy. In fact, your happiness first. You need to go for what you want. It's not a flex. I'm not seeing it as a flex or as a competition. But as an individual, you need to do what you want to
Happiness
do.
first.
It's not a flex.
Yeah,
Then,
there you go. Back to happiness
Eddie.
first.
Happiness first.
Happiness first.
Yes, there are people that
No.
wait.
No.
There's people that
Don't.
no.
If you
There
concern
are
more
people
about
that will
happiness,
marry a rich a man
No.
and they have everything, but they don't have peace of mind. They don't have that joy in them.
and that's not
Nothing gives
happiness
them joy.
neither.
And that is
That's not
it.
happiness neither. That's not happiness
Okay,
neither.
what is happiness?
You can't be happy. You can't be truly happy if you just like she said. She was happy only for a certain point in time because she had that high, the whatever the chemical in her brain that make her feel happy because she was on a jet. But that slowly died off. That's not long lasting love. That's not real love.
That is not there's something that is lacking in her, and that is what she's looking for. But the man is not letting her. That is where I'm going to. To me, it's not a flex, it's not a competition, but to satisfy as is it I don't know what I will say we call
No,
it
but I don't understand you. I don't understand your argument then, because me and Eddie are saying that if you are alpha female and you want to have your own business and you want to be, I want to be so successful and I want to do things and anything, and we're saying maybe for you with other females that's a flex. Maybe for Charity to show off for Apple and for Kathy, maybe that makes you feel good because you're able to buy your own jet and you'll be able to do this and but for men, that's unattractive. I'm not attracted to that because you're able to pull up your own jet. Because you're an alpha female. That's not attractive. That's not something that will be attractive. You will actually lose cool points for that. I don't care about that. That doesn't make you more sexier. That doesn't make you more of an ideal woman.
It's selfish for a man. You want me to support your dreams, but you can't support mine? That's being selfish.
It's not balanced. That is being unfair.
And not all men are like what you're.
Hold on.
Eddie,
All
not all
men
men
are
are
like that.
alpha male.
Hold on.
I want to tell Eddie that not
because
all
y'all throwing a
men
whole bunch
are
of.
alpha
Hold on,
male.
hold on. Y'all throwing too much stuff out here. Y'all throwing too much out here. So you saying men are selfish?
Yeah, that's being selfish. If you can't support
Eddie.
your woman's dream.
No,
Eddie,
That's being
men are
selfish.
very, very generous.
Eddie. Life ain't fair. I'm gonna ask you this question, Eddie. Who was put on earth to support who?
Eve was put on earth to support
To support Adam.
Uh-huh.
A woman's role is to be a support cast to a man's dream,
A companion.
a companion, companionship.
I want to
I would
ask you a
actually
question,
argue.
please.
I would actually hold on. I would actually argue the fact that you want to compete with your husband. You know, let me do this for you real quick. Go ahead and finish what y'all was saying. Go ahead. I want to show you something.
Okay, no, I have a question. I want to ask you a question.
Ask it.
Okay, I want to know, okay, don't you believe that a man and a woman can be in a marriage and at the same time pursue their goals without having any kind of, you should be under me, you shouldn't do this, as in everybody will be on equal page as support each other's dream and still have a happy home?
That is not. You can't answer that question with a direct yes or no. Let me tell you why. Because I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm gonna use your
Okay.
verbiage earlier to answer the question. You told me when we first started off that you gotta have communication. I need to talk and everything before y'all get married or do anything of that sort, right? That's what you said earlier, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna use those words against you now. I agree with you. If you are going to marry a man and you have your own goals and aspirations, you need to talk to him about it, and y'all need to work it out to where you can fulfill your goals and aspirations in his overall plan, because it's his job to lead the family. So y'all have to work out. Like I told you, I said in another podcast that I've seen where women got married, women had kids early in their 20s, right? In their 20s. So that when they're like 32, 33, and the man is financially established, she's now able to go and start doing some of the things that she's capable of doing and that she wants to pursue, right? That's something that you have to negotiate and work out. That doesn't mean that you can't not fulfill some of your goals, but you have to fulfill your goals within the timeline of the man's leadership. So yes, you are going to have to sacrifice. And on the flip side, the man has to sacrifice. That's the thing that bothers me about this whole thing. The man has to sacrifice more than you. That's why men don't get out of marriages, because they're not happy. We have a duty and responsibility to provide, period, for not just for you, so that you can either sit down and watch the kids or decide to work part-time while I have to provide most of the bills. I have to carry the weight of protection and everything else that come along with it. You can't pick and choose when you want to be happy. I don't get the chance to pick and choose. I got to just do what I got to do. So to answer your question, yes, you can get what you want at a point in time, but it's not. We're not doing it simultaneously together. You have to figure out, and we have to find out how we could put your plans in motion and figure that overall of the plan of the family. Because your main priority should not be your personal goals. Your main priority should be family. But for you and for you, Charity, and for my friend Apple, I want to show you something in the Bible. Because y'all said, oh, it's selfish. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's selfish. It's selfish. And I asked him, yo, Eve was there to support Adam. But check this out. I'm going to share my screen with y'all real quick, if I may. Eddie, can you do the honors for me, Eddie?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen here?
Yes, I can.
I'm going to make it bigger just so you can see it bigger. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Verse 16, can you read that to me?
To the woman, he said, I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm not even going to address what he's saying there. This last bar right here, Apple, this last bar is for you.
It says,
Go ahead, Eddie.
It says, your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you.
Okay.
I hear
Apple,
it.
what does that mean, Apple?
That the man is the leader of the marriage, and
Why
he
why
will.
you sound disappointed, man? Why you sound disappointed?
Aaron, I could even take it further and say not even leader, ruler, the ruler
Ruler.
of the marriage. Yeah, not leader. Leader seems like, debatable. A ruler,
Why you sound disappointed though, Apple?
I'm not that disappointed because, yeah, I know how to compromise now.
That's not a compromise. You're not even compromising. That's not a compromise.
We're living in a new world now. We're not living in the Jesus time.
The Bible
Yeah, the Bible
is saying
said
today, yesterday, and forever.
and
I'm not
forever.
trying to hear what you're
Yeah,
saying. So it don't matter
but
what world you living in now. It don't matter. The Bible is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore.
it's like you're saying that the man should work for a living for the family, and today it's not applicable. I need to work for our family too, to have a comfortable life.
Yeah, there's
So
nothing wrong with that though. We're not arguing. We're not. Listen. First off, the man never said. No men on this show, no men that I know that ever said the wife is selfish. It's y'all who said men are selfish. Y'all
So
the
I'm
ones that said we're selfish. You called us men selfish. Did you not?
you said that if I produce an airplane, what if my husband has an airplane and I produce also an airplane? It's an off to you as a man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm not looking to marry a wife who wants to build an airplane and compete with me on building airplanes. I'm looking for a wife that's gonna, when I have one airplane and she helped me build it, if I'm gonna have I'm not looking for a wife that's gonna have a extra airplane that she wants to build on her own. That's selfishness to me. How?
No, it's not selfishness.
Hold on, how? You said how?
Because
It's me
we're
that said
adding.
Hold on, Apple. Charity, you said how?
I didn't say how. It's an exclamation. I was like shocked with what you're saying. That is a selfish
What?
to you. That is
Yes, it is selfish. It is selfish that you want to build your own airplane separately from the family.
No.
I don't know whether you understand. For me, it's not a competitive something, but you shouldn't
Yeah.
have issue with it.
It is a competition if you want.
It's
if
you
you're
that
telling
is
me-
no.
can
It's
you
you the
say-
man that is seeing me at a
Eddie,
competitive.
Eddie, am I
Aaron,
by
I think-
myself, Eddie?
No,
I can see this is
I
massaging
think women are
like ego. I don't need to.
subconsciously
Oh my
selfish,
God.
subconsciously. You're subconsciously competing.
It's
It's
not
not a
a
competition.
competition. It's you
No.
that is seen as a competition. It's not a
No,
competition.
you see, like
But
Charity,
why
you
would
said,
you want to have your own airplane though?
Your
I don't
own
wanna
It's
have
for the
your own airplane.
family.
your
Mine-
own
mine
might
is
develop a
ours.
problem
Hold on,
one day. So
Hold on. My job as a husband is to be a provider. So it's my job to provide the airplane.
So
Why
you
would
don't
you
want the
then want to
woman
go
to
provide a
provide
separate
too.
airplane?
You don't want the woman
See,
to provide.
A woman's job is not to provide,
Not
though. That's
provide.
what I'm saying.
You see, that's why you're wrong. You're saying a
No.
woman's job is to do this and this. No,
So are you saying that we're equal then?
we're not equal.
see,
We can never be
we are not
equal.
If
equal,
we're
but
not equal, we're not equal. So that means that everybody has to play a role. If we're
Mhm.
not equal, that means everybody has a role to play, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm not. Hold on. So let me say this because this is where I think y'all take it the wrong way, right? I think that y'all think that when we say everybody has a role to play, that we're saying that your role is not as important as the man's role, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. I'm saying that a husband and wife role is equal in function, right? But they provide different needs, and because of that, the wife is more of a support role. The support role is just as important as the leadership role. So we're not just I don't understand why, because we're coming to y'all in that way. Like y'all taking it as, oh well, if I'm submitting, I'm less than, or I'm I have a problem because I want to be able to be supported, and I want to be able to fulfill my, and you can fulfill your needs, but in the role of a support person. Matter of fact, I would even argue that your whole attitude is completely wrong. I would argue, if you listen to what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we was on the familiar, and we said that Jesus said the greatest of all is going to be the one who serves them all. So a servant means that you are going to be great. You got to be willing to serve. You should be willing to serve your husband. That will make you great in its own right. Why do you want to compete? Eddie, talk
It's
to me.
not a
Eddie, I'm not trying to
You know,
We're
preach
not
to y'all, man. I'm just
competing. We're
there.
not competing.
it's not a
I do not
competition.
understand why
It's not a competition.
ladies feel like whenever this topic comes up, ladies always thinking like we are being malicious. No. You being supportive is equally important, as me being the leader. There's nothing there's nothing malicious about us asking, for supportive wives, or we appreciate you being supportive.
Yo, Kathy, if me and you were married, and I got us a plane, and you come to me and you like, let's not even say, but we for argument's sake, for the conversation, we gonna say the plane, and I got us a plane like for me and you to use to have, and you say, babe, you come to me and say, babe, one day I want to get my own plane, and your argument, if I say no, is you're not being supportive of me. My argument back to you is, without emotions, without emotions, without emotions, explain to me the importance of why we need to have a second plane. Because if there's a need for us to have a second plane, I'll go bust my butt to work even harder for us to get the second plane.
But you don't want
What
me
if
to
it
get
is
it, right?
urgent?
I don't need you to get it. I'll go get it. If we are in dire need to have a second plane, let me work overtime to go get that second plane. I'll do that for you, babe.
What if it is an emergency and you don't have that time frame? How are you sure that if you go out to work, you will get the money immediately to buy it?
This is a dumb question. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not.
No, the
I'm not.
way you are saying that if there is any need for the second plane, that you will just go out and work, and how are you sure that you will do it within the space of time needed?
Charity, I'm gonna say this, Charity. If I just met you and we was having this conversation, and you said to me, I just want to, you're making up all these excuses of why you need to get another plane. I wouldn't marry you. I would just like, all right, man, you got it, and I'll walk away, man. You can have the plane, man. You can have the plane. You got a boat. Go get your own boat. Go get your own plane, and I'm gonna find somebody else that I can marry that's gonna fall.
But this
That's
thing
gonna
is
go with my
not
plane.
about the plane. There are other things that might need a second option. It's not about plane or whatsoever. So, but
Let me ask you this question, Charity.
okay.
In your household, who has the final say so, you or your husband?
Of course, my husband. I don't even spend much. He's the one that is doing the major spending and all the bills. I don't. So he will be like, save your money. I don't want you to spend.
All right, so then why would your husband then, whether it's an emergency or not, however it goes down, why would he want you to go get him another plane?
No, I'm asking you based on
Because
what
you're
you
not getting
said.
the plane for him. You're not getting the plane for him. You getting the
Okay,
plane
what
because
if-
you want to get a plane.
No. Okay, what if the woman is seeing it as an investment? What do you have to say?
I go back to my question to you. In your household, if you want to invest into something or not, your husband has the final say so, yes or no?
Yes, and if I walk up to you say I need to buy a second plane and all that is for investment, I know.
Let me say this to you, Charity. When I first
Okay.
met my wife before we got married, this is what I asked her. And you can ask her yourself when next time you're on the show. I asked her this. I said, babe, what do you care more about? Do you care more about being right, or do you care more about having a voice?
Being right.
Before we got married, I said, do you care about being right and having a final say so, or do you just care about having a voice? Because having a voice and being right is two different things. Having a voice means you want to have the final say so. You want things to go the way you want it to go. And I'm not in competition with you. I'm not trying to compete with you. But if you just want to have a voice, that means that whatever decision I make, you want to at least be able to weigh in on it and give your opinion. Even though I might choose something totally different than what you said, you at least want the freedom to be able to say your opinion on it and know that I care about your opinion enough to hear it. So I'm asking you, Charity, what would you care more about? Having the last voice? I mean, having the last being right or having an opinion?
I'm not the one that will my husband is the leader. He has the one to he's the one that influences everything, but at the same time he listens to me as well, because my own suggestion might be good.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm saying you're saying the same thing what I'm saying, which is the reason why I don't know why you even arguing back with me.
No.
This is the point. This is the point
manner
that I'm talking about.
The point. No. It's about the point, or it's about the manner you see it as. It's not a competition. I keep on saying it. To me, I'm not seeing it as a competition, but you are seeing it as a competition. So it doesn't augur well. It's not a competition matter. I don't know why.
It is a competition if you want to do
not.
something. Listen, this is where me and you are off on this, and I don't understand where you're choosing to be on my side, but then you want to argue with me on this, and I'm lost at this. If I provided a plane, if I have a jet, and the jet is for me and my wife, and then you tell me, Kathy just said, "Oh, I want my own jet. I want to be able to park my jet next to yours." That is selfish. If we already have a jet, why do you need to have another jet? Eddie, am I wrong? Eddie, am I wrong?
I supported you getting the first jet.
Right.
Why can't you support me get the second?
Why do you want the second jet?
I want it.
Why?
To feel good, satisfy the happiness.
You see?
Yes.
No, that is
That's
big
selfishness.
No, it's not
to
selfishness.
satisfy.
I supported
you're
you
not
to get the
supporting-
first one.
You're not
When I got
supporting
it-
your wife.
When I
Yeah.
got it, I'm not
I
getting it to
supported you. Why
satisfy
can't you
myself.
return the favor and support me too?
Yes.
Like, is
Then that wasn't
it
support.
hard to do
Two-way.
it?
It's two-way. No, it's not one way that you did everything, or you buy your own. Then how can I be happy if you not let me?
Because it's not about happiness. That's the whole point. Y'all keep
No.
bringing up. That's the reason why we always get all these problems. Because y'all
Exactly.
marriage
Happiness,
and everything is
happiness.
not about happiness.
At what point is about happiness then? At what
I
point?
asked that question
If you
before.
want to
What
be
is
happy,
happening?
don't get married.
Wow.
So you saying marriage is you're not supposed to be happy?
I'm saying marriage is not strictly about happiness. Marriage is not about emotions and feelings.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's strictly about happiness.
That is exactly what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's
It's
all
not.
about happiness. It's not.
Because if me not buying a jet, and then you say you wanna be happy, you're already making it a a benchmark
You're
of
not
our marriage.
supporting. As my husband, you're not supporting me.
All right, let me see. This is the reason why y'all shouldn't battle with me. Let me end this conversation right here and shut y'all down. All right, happiness, all of that doesn't matter. Let me shut y'all down with biblical scripture. See, because when I talk about stuff, I can sit here just like I said to Stella. Yes, show me in the Bible where that's at. I'm gonna show to you that it's not about that. Follow me here. Follow me here. My boy Eddie, do me the honors and read from verse 3 here.
From verse 3, it says, "If a woman vows a vow to the Lord and binds herself by a pledge while within her father's house in her youth, and her father hears of her vow and of her pledge by which she has bound herself and says nothing to her, then all her vows shall stand, and every pledge by which she has bound herself shall stand."
But
But, verse 5, but if her father opposes her on that day that he hears of it, no vow of hers, no pledge by which she has bound herself shall stand, and the Lord will forgive her, because her father opposed her.
Stop right there. So if she wants to go buy a jet and she lives in her dad's house and her dad says, no, you can't get
No.
a jet. She can't get a jet. It's not about happiness. You can't get a jet because your dad says you can't get a jet. Eddie, do me the honest and read verse 6.
Verse 6.
6 onward. Go ahead.
It says, if she marries a husband while under her vows or any thoughtless utterance of her lips by which she has bound herself, and her husband hears of it and says nothing to her on that day that he hears, then her vows shall stand, and her pledges by which she has bound herself shall stand. But if on that day that her husband comes to hear of it, he opposes her, then he makes void of her vow that was on her, and the thoughtless utterance of her lips by which she bound herself. Let me repeat that. But if on the day that her husband comes to hear of it, he opposes her, then he makes void her vow that was on her, and the thoughtless utterance of her lips by which she is bound herself. I continue, and the Lord will forgive her.
Stop right there. So, Apple, it don't matter if you are an alpha male or whatever the case may be. If you say something, oh, I want to do this and I want to buy a jet, and your husband like, nah, I'm not into it. We're not doing it. You can't get the jet. It's not about happiness. Look at y'all look disappointed and mad and upset right now. Wow. Wow, y'all look like y'all about to cry, man. What's wrong? No, Charity got her head down. She don't even want to look at the camera. Kathy looking off to the left like, man, no, he didn't, man. Why you had to bring this up? And you, Apple, look disappointed. Why y'all look disappointed?
I'm not disappointed.
All right, so then what you think about that scripture?
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Oh, man. So I'm saying, what y'all saying then, man? Because y'all coming at me like I'm like me and Eddie is wrong. And all I'm trying to tell you is it's not if a man's job is to be a provider, to be a overseer, to be a looker for his family, right? And if you want to reach your goals, we're not hindering you from reaching your goals. But like Charity said earlier, that we have to have a communication before we walk and get married. The Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing. But a man should find a wife after he's somewhat established himself already. Like for me, if I'm looking to get married, I'm going to go get my own house, have my own transportation. I'm going to do all of these things so that if I get married, I'm going to bring my wife into my dwelling, into my kingdom, and let her be the queen of my kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all look disappointed though. Y'all don't even look like you want to have this conversation anymore. Y'all done? Y'all look upset. Why y'all upset?
We can't argue with the Bible, but we can argue with the person. So they're two different things. Those are two different things.
I'm not going to
Just
argue
a
with you, though.
dum-dum.
I'm just telling. We just trying to tell you that your mindset is selfish.
Yep.
And
I
y'all saying that
guess
we're
everyone
wrong.
is selfish in their own way, I guess.
I
Everyone
can't
is
be selfish. I can't listen. I can't be selfish if I'm going according to what the Bible says. You gotta if you got
I'll
beef with
fight the
that, you gotta take it
Bible.
out. You gotta take that out with God when you see him. What you say, Charity? That's not Bible?
I said outside the Bible, you can. Uh, you said you are going
I
with
didn't
what the
get.
Bible said. I said, what if outside the Bible?
I don't live my life outside the Bible. You should live your life to portray what the good book says, the good word. You disagree with that?
But what
Sometimes,
if you're
sometimes the stories in the Bible are not all that detailed, so the interpretation can differ. The
can
understanding can
change?
I
differ.
disagree. I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Listen, not only do I disagree with you, that's why you need. That's why you need a covering to teach the Bible to you.
Okay.
And your husband's job is to be that covering. Go ahead, Apple.
Well, as of the moment, in our world today, maybe let's say you are the provider of everything, and what if everything lost and your wife nothing? So you have your children. How about your house, your food, your health provider, all the stuff that you need to pay? I think it's wise to have. Can you hear me now? Are you hearing me? Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you. You didn't stop.
Uh, I think in today's life, it wise to have both. It you don't have to uh to be. It's not selfishness. If a woman can provide for the man, for the family, it's not selfishness.
Yeah, hold
It's for
on.
the family.
Who said that that was
Nobody
selfish for
said
you to
nobody
work?
said that is.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this one, I'm attacking all of y'all, all women. Every time you have a logical conversation with a woman, answer me this, Eddie. Hey, I'm talking to you, Eddie.
Yep.
Whenever you have a conversation with a woman and they're wrong, they always move the goalpost to somewhere different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Apple just moved the goalpost.
No,
Nobody's. Will you move the
The,
goalpost?
the, but
Nobody said nothing about
no.
you cannot work
It's
and
nobody
be.
said
just
that.
Look,
N-
look.
No
You can
man will
tell.
ever tell you
Look,
not to
Eddie,
work.
Eddie, Eddie. Charity did it. Apple just did it. They moved the goalpost. You can tell when they're about to move the goalpost too. Goalpost post too when they say, if this happened,
Yeah.
that means they're about to add a whole nother scenario that got nothing to do with nothing. If you can't work, as my helpmate, you should step up to the plate and provide. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
commission. I don't have a job. Who said that? That's not being selfish. Who's arguing with you on that?
because you said earlier, it's off to you if I can, your wife can buy another plane, just something like that
I
earlier.
said it's not attractive. That's not the reason why your husband would marry you, because you're in a position where you could buy a second plane.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the point
I
is,
understand. I'm lost in it because I don't understand what you arguing or what you say. You're not making any sense to me. When I say that's not something that a husband would consider or care about. That if you could buy another plane or not, and you saying it doesn't matter. It does matter to the man. It matters. Who cares if you could buy another plane or not? That's not important. Matter of fact, the fact that you're making a big deal about buying another plane is a problem to me. Who cares about the plane? Why do we need another plane? I said that to Kathy earlier. I said, Kathy, if you want to get another plane, instead of me saying, no, you can't get another plane, you will have to justify why you want another plane. She said, I want another plane because I just want it. It's not a valid answer. I sound like a
To
little
be,
kid. That's what a little kid would say. I want this toy. Why do you want it? I just want the toy. I just want it.
It will make me happy.
Make me happy.
Okay, let's change it. What if I wanted to have another
Moving the
hairstyle?
goalpost right there. You heard the what? You heard the infinite, right? She's moving the goalpost. Go ahead.
The
We're gonna
hell?
let you
No,
have you.
What do you
I'm
We're
want?
gonna let
just
you have
I'm
your way.
just moving in a reality way. What if I wanted to have another hairstyle? Then you won't support it?
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. I'm gonna answer your question directly. I want you to answer this question for me. If if you came to your husband and you said, "Huh, babe, I want a different hairstyle. I want to cut my hair," and he tells you, "Nah, that's not attractive to me. I don't want you to cut your hair." Are you still gonna cut your hair, or are you gonna listen to your husband?
Of course, I'll ask him. Why?
That's not what I asked you. I said, if you went to your husband and you asked him, "Babe, I want to change my hairstyle up. I want to cut my hair off," and he said, "That's not going to be attractive to me. I don't want you to
But
cut your
I'm not
hair."
comfortable. I'm not comfortable. See?
So
You're
answer.
being
So I'm asking
selfish
you.
because you're
I'm
not
asking you.
asking me if I'm comfortable with my hairstyle now. You're not asking me that,
So what will you
oh,
do?
Apple. So I'm asking you, what would be your answer? So what would be your answer? So would you go and cut your hair anyway?
yes.
Yo, there was this topic was actually this topic was on. I was watching this last week. It's a topic on YouTube where the lady went and cut her hair, and her husband he moved all the stuff out the house because he said, "Yo, she's not attracted. She look like a man now. She's not attracted to him no more." You know what I'm saying? But eh, Eddie, check
Mhm.
this out though, Eddie. Even in Apple's conversation, you can see why women lead in divorces for not being happy because her whole argument is selfishly around her. But I'm not happy when your looks should be to be pleasing to your husband.
Husband.
If your husband like the way you look, then you should be being attractive to your husband. You should look good to look good for your husband. But no, I'm not happy because it's not fair. I want to be happy. I don't like the way I look. But your husband likes the way you look.
Then you're not being supportive on me, on your wife.
Yeah, all right, cool. If that's what you want to argue, I'm not being supportive of you cutting your hair. You're absolutely right. I like the hair. I like your hair the way it is now. And you being submissive to your husband should be submissive
Because love is
like
not,
a good Proverbs 31 woman and leave your hair alone.
it's not all about physical things. It's not all about because you are attractive in this kind of hairstyle, even if I am
All
not
right,
comfortable
hold
with
on.
this.
Apple. Kathy, you on the same toe? You on the same page with her? You agree with her?
I know proverb that one or whatever women. I'm not. So I'm gonna cut my hair. If I want to, I will, but I will ask your opinion. If you don't support my opinion, that's okay. I will cut it because I am not comfortable
That's why you're
about
not
it.
getting married. All right.
Yeah,
So, so, Charity, you agree with Apple and Kathy? You're married, so come on, talk to me.
This exact thing just played out some time ago in my home when I gave birth to my first child. So there's here, I don't know whether it's obtainable here. When a woman gives birth, she might stay like 3 months at home. The mother will even come to assist her and all that. So that 3 months, I didn't have that time to, my first time mom, my daughter, I didn't have that time to go out and make my hairs and all that. So I was carrying one particular hair. Then when my mom left, so I lose it. I feel that there's need for me to cut my hair because the tangle is too much. So I told my husband, he supported me that one. I went to cut the hair, even do some styles and all that. Then the second that was in 2023. He was away, so I decided to cut the center so that if he's not happy with it anyway. Because like what he said, you will say your hair is your own glory. It should be pleasing to your husband and all that. But at that moment, I feel I need to do it. I have to see the reasons why, because he was like, unless it's on health ground, that is where I will support you to actually be on a low cut and all that. But that one, I still need to go and cut it. But since then, he was like, after this one, don't cut again though. I don't want it and all that. But since then, I've been abiding. So, it's not that I don't understand what you are saying or whatever, but I agree. I have to listen to him. He's a leader. I'm not just, in fact, I'm not opposing that one, but it's still on the story aspect of it. I'm not still seeing it as a competition or whatsoever. Sometimes if I tell you something, I have to see it from my own angle and know there's a reason why I wanted this. Not just as a to dictate or to struggle with leadership or whatsoever.
All right, listen. Listen, I'm standing behind you on this one, man. Me and Eddie support everything that you said. Matter of fact, we want you to stand up for us and go back and forth with Apple on this one, because give Apple some advice, man. Because Apple is sitting here trying to
Okay,
Apple
I
and
will
Kathy are saying that we're
I
wrong.
I will give some stories on this is a personal story, okay? So when I also gave birth, there's well, our hormones changes, okay? I have a long curly hair before, and that's attracted my husband. But when I gave birth, it started to lose my hair, like it so many falling hair, so many. So even if my husband wanted me to have a long and curly hair, but it's I'm getting bald. I asked him, can I cut my hair short? But even though she wanted my husband
Hold on, hold
wanted
on,
me
hold on, hold on.
long,
Hold on, let me
no.
make sure I understand what's going on. So you asked your husband, can you cut your hair short?
Yeah.
What was his answer?
He asked me if that's what I want, if that's where I'm comfortable.
Yo, what's that noise? It sounds like somebody cutting hair.
Yeah, and that's what I want also. I want to
No,
cut
no,
my
it
hair
sounds like
because I'm
somebody's actually cutting somebody's hair right now. Is that a fan or something?
I don't know. That's out of my hand.
That's Kathy's. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What you were saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, Apple. Finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so I think you have to know first, of course, if even if he is attractive to a longer hair. Sometimes it's not all about what I want, what your husband want. You need to, yeah, you need to talk about it. You need to compromise. You need to agree and meet halfway.
Apple, man, I'm sorry. I'm not with you. I'm not with you on this. Listen, I'm not picking on you neither, but I did tell you I was gonna come at you a little bit, but I'm not picking on you. I'm saying this. Like, if you got medical reasons that you need to cut your hair or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be 100% supportive of that, because there's a justification for it. But you just cutting your hair just because you want to cut your hair, like Kathy was saying, nah, I'm not with that. But if you telling me and you explain to me, oh, babe, I gotta, because the fact that you gotta go through all of that and justify why you cutting your hair because your hair is coming out and this, that, and the third, that's something that y'all two could sit down and agree upon what look you're gonna go with. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But But you just changing up your hair just because you feel like it, it's not cool. That's not it. It's not it. But I want to go back to our point though, because we would have went all around. All right. I want to know. So, is it possible for you? Because y'all ladies all agree with the lady before. Is it possible for you to be able to achieve all of your goals, personal goals, and support your husband and be in a marriage? Is it possible for you to do both?
Yes.
And if so, how?
You have to talk to it to one another. You know, you have to, like me. Well, when I am still single before, I am working in a hospital. Then when I got married and have a child, I got pregnant. I don't have choice but to take care of my daughter. But that's not the end of it all. You can support your husband and be a wife, be a mother, and be present to everything, just like what I'm doing right now.
All
You
right.
know,
Hold
when
on, Apple. Apple, hold on. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Hold on. I gotta ask a question. Eddie, do you agree with all of them? Do you think that you can achieve everything you want personally and achieve everything you want also being married
Yep.
as a husband?
Yeah. I think everything. Yeah, maybe there will be some compromises here and there, but yeah,
There you go.
generally,
I would argue that you can't.
yeah,
I would
there
argue
will be
that you can't.
compromise.
All three of them, well, I don't know what Kathy said, but I know the
Let
other
me
two
let
said
me
that
say
you can't.
something.
And I'm saying that you can't. You have to
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
You have to
you
compromise.
compromise here and there.
There's
Yeah.
compromises in marriage. You're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
put some things aside.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. We can hear you, Charity. Go ahead.
Okay, to me, you can achieve, but the timing might not be the time you propose for it, because there might not be consistency when you want to achieve those things. Then, before being a single person, you have goals. Maybe you are working, you are just only for yourself. As a lady, when I was single, I was working, I was, ticking my to-do list. This is what I wanted. Then my husband on the same side, before he met me, I believe that he has his own goal and all that. Then when two of you now come together, I think, to me, how I'm seeing it, you're not working three purposes. Or I don't know how to put it. In the sense that I said it, the initial discussion is very important. The shared value is very important. Once two of you are in the same term, the person, you can still be doing what you're doing, we can still be, but we still have something that unites us, which is the family. And that one needs both in fact, undivided attention. But being, I'm not saying that we are all equal and all that. Being a woman, you have a lot to sacrifice. That's why I said you can achieve, but the time frame may not be immediate or the way you propose it, because there must be delays like pregnancy when you are pregnant and all that, childbearing, and it will take you time to get there.
All right. I disagree with you, but not entirely. I I disagree with you because you're saying that women sacrifice more than men, and I disagree with that.
Exactly. Mhm.
No, 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 no.
That's the
I'm
part
not
that I
saying that.
disagree
No,
with
no,
you
no, no,
most.
no. I'm not saying that women, as I said, on our own part, the role, as in terms of family, bringing up fourth child and all that. I'm not saying it's a sacrifice. That is the role you have to play and all that. It's even in the Bible and
That is a
you read it.
sacrifice. If you're not, to me, I wouldn't marry you if you're not willing to sacrifice. That, like we said this yesterday, one of the criteria is for our kid or even for ourselves is your priority in family. If family is not a priority, if your own personal goals is more of a priority than your family, then I wouldn't choose you to be my wife.
That is your personal opinion.
And that's why I wouldn't choose you to be my wife. If you feel strongly about you wanting to achieve your own personal goals over family, then I wouldn't choose you to be my wife.
No man will that wants to marry. No man will choose
Eddie,
that.
don't say no man, no man, no man. Like what
No
you said
man
before,
that-
not
li-
all men.
No,
Not
listen,
all
listen,
men are
I'm saying
alpha male.
no,
Not
listen,
all men. I want
listen.
you to get that. You can even browse.
No,
Not
listen,
all
I'm
men
saying-
are alpha male.
Listen to
This
what I
one
said.
you're saying no man, no
Any-
man. How can
any-
you speak for
any
millions
ma-
of men out there?
Yes, because I'm a man too. Any man that wants to marry, will not go for a woman that doesn't know how to sacrifice for family. No. Then
I'm not
what
saying
is
that family. I don't know whether you get what I'm not saying that family is not a priority.
Charity, I don't
Family is
understand why
number
you be
one.
arguing back and forth with us and then you be agreeing with us. That's the thing.
I'm
I don't understand that.
No.
Why-
The
Are you arguing just for the sake of arguing? Because then you sit there and say, yo, I agree with everything you just said.
She just
This is the
betrayed
point
you
I'm talking about,
guys.
Eddie. This is the part I'm talking about, Eddie. Sometimes
No.
with Charity, I don't understand. She didn't go through this whole spill and go back and forth with us, and then she'll be like, "Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with everything you said."
She just
No.
betrayed you.
Some of these things you said didn't sit well with me. So that aspect, I'm not. I don't.
And
I
I'm
don't
saying
support
some
that
of the
one.
things, and I'm saying some of the things that you said didn't sit well with me. Like you making a statement saying that women make all the sacrifices. I didn't.
I didn't.
Me
Say, I
and
didn't
Eddie
make that
agree with it.
statement. I didn't say that women made. No.
Eddie, did she say that, Eddie? Why you disagree with her, Eddie?
That is exactly what you said.
I
I
said there is
know.
a sacrifice you need to do. That is it. I didn't say all. I didn't use the word
Actually,
all.
your words were women make more sacrifices.
That's what you said.
Hey.
That's what you said.
No. If I said that, no. If I said more, I withdraw it. But I said sacrifice. I don't know that I used
I
the
said,
word
then why you
more.
arguing with us then? That's why going back to my point. Why you arguing with us then? If you gonna retract what you said, why you arguing with us? Fams. And you notice how Kathy just quietly sitting there in the corner not saying nothing. But listen, ladies, because y'all feel like every time y'all speak, y'all acting like we attacking y'all. We're not attacking y'all. We're actually just saying general statements. And I agree with Eddie. Most men, not all men, but I will say this then. Most men that you will probably want to marry, right? Because the guys that you're defending saying, not all men, those are the men that you shouldn't be wanting to be attracted to. So most men, you know what I'm saying, is the word that you need to use in those type of statements. Not trying to correct them and say, no, not all men. Because I'm not defending the all men guys. The guys that ain't, I won't even look at them. Those ain't the people you're supposed to look at. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm asking, how do we reconcile a contradiction of wanting loyalty and emotional exclusivity in situations and make that the norm? Because y'all making it sound like if y'all lose your own, y'all feel like y'all lose your own sensibility and self-awareness in achieving. And I feel like me and Eddie, at least yesterday or the day before, we spoke about how family should be the most important part. And I think men and women sacrifice for the family in different ways. Traditionally. You ladies, when we talked about the familia, y'all all was like, oh, it would be a different reaction from my husband going into the daycare versus me going into the daycare. We will operate differently. In certain situations, I will handle it this way, and in certain situations, he will handle it that way. And I would say, all right, cool, that makes sense because y'all supposed to complement each other. One person's going to be a little bit more calm, and the other person's going to turn up. Not both of y'all can't be turning up, and both of y'all can't be calm. So that shows that there's a complementary piece that goes along with that. Hey, Eddie, all of the women on this panel, all three of them, they look like
Mhm.
they battered and bruised up right now. Y'all look defeated. Yo, why y'all look so defeated, man? Apple, go ahead. Speak your piece, Apple. Speak your piece. Why you look defeated, man?
No. You know, uh, the last time that that Charity mentioned that women are more sacrificing. Maybe I'll explain that in a way that you are asking if we can do everything in a
No, I'm
marriage.
not asking that
Like,
because I understand that woman sacrifice. So before you start with your preference of a long spiel about how women sacrifice and everything, we
Mhm.
already acknowledged that women sacrifice
A lot.
a lot. Matter of fact, I would go, what you want to, your Apple, I'll give you the better opportunity. Instead of explaining to me how women sacrifice, because I can tell you right now, me and Eddie both know that women sacrifice a lot.
A lot.
We tip our hats to y'all. We support y'all 100%. But here's what I'd rather you do, Apple. Tell me how more men sacrifice. I would love to hear how you feel like men sacrifice for the family, for the woman, for the family.
of course, you sacrifice a lot with
How? What? By what? How
you
do we
the
sacrifice?
pressure you have on your shoulder. Making us feel safe, making us feel secure. Me and my future children, maybe that's the one thing that you'll sacrifice, because there's no way but you need to work hard, to provide, and to give your very best, even if you're not okay.
How you like them apples? Eddie, you agree with her, Eddie?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with. I'd like to hear what Kathy has to say. She was making faces. I'd like to.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kathy. Talk to us, Kathy.
Yes, I agree with Apple. Men do sacrifice because they are supposed to do that. It's in the Bible. They have to provide.
And so is
It's a
submission.
must. It's a must. They have to provide. They have no choice. It's no choice. You have to provide.
We
It's the
have
Bible
to.
says that. Yeah,
We
it's the
have to. So we
Bible.
don't we don't we don't get a choice to. We have to.
Yeah, you don't get a choice.
So who sacrifices more, men or women?
Both. I'm not gonna side with anyone. I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not gonna pick a side.
that
Everyone
that
sacrifice in their,
that means
I don't
men.
know. No. Everyone they sacrifice. Everyone
No
sacrifice.
choice is a choice.
You can choose not to, okay, you can choose not to provide. Yeah, you can. You can choose not to. But you're supposed to. So I don't know how to argue with the Bible, but the Bible says you have to provide.
Charity. Who sacrificed more in your family? You or your husband?
The sacrifice, I need to know the context is coming for. General sacrifice, or because yes, both parties play their role in terms of security, shelter, hospital, health insurance, a lot, feeding and all that, clothing. Yeah, men are trying, but the woman, one of the major sacrifice is childbearing. It's not an easy something. Many have entered there, they couldn't survive. It's risking your life. So that one is a huge sacrifice as well. So that's why I say it depends on the sacrifice or the angle you are coming based on the sacrifice you are trying to define or niche down to. So, but
Let me
both people, that's why we are. That's why that is why you call marriage. So the person is coming from this end, the other person is coming from the other end, then they will meet at the center.
let me ask you this question.
Okay.
I'm asking Apple, both of y'all two, because y'all both have kids. Is the kids, when you have that kid, is it your creation?
It's
No, not alone. I mentioned it the other day that we cannot create a child alone.
That's where I disagree with you on, because I don't think you do anything in the creation process.
No, nobody did anything in creation process, but women are the one that the God
Well,
uses
I
to
disagree with that
house.
statement too.
No, no. No, no,
No,
no.
yeah.
You got that
Yeah.
first.
I
No,
disagree. I
no,
disagree. I disagree. Hold on. I disagree because women
no,
always women make it sound like they determine everything. Just like
no, no,
me and
no.
Eddie just said. Hold on. Yes,
Like,
yes. Listen, real
like
quick.
the
Listen.
gender of a child,
Listen.
like the gender
Listen.
of the child. Wait,
Listen.
like the
Listen.
gender of a
Listen.
child,
Listen.
a woman has no say in the gender. I think it's the man that it depends. It's the man that determines the gender of the child, but we don't know it
Yes.
immediately till at
The
appropriate time.
man, gender, the man, everything, the hair texture, the all of it. It's the man's seed. All y'all doing is carrying it.
That is it. I'm saying that the woman is used to house the whole thing till the appropriate time that the child will
Yeah,
come.
I'm saying the same thing. Y'all are just housing it. Yep, you're right. I agree with you. So all you did was house my seed.
But it's not as easy as you are saying it. I just has the seed.
But it's my seed though.
It's yours, but at the same time, the process is not entirely yours. It just you have done your work throughout the 9 months, 40 weeks, and it's the woman that is doing all the major work.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a question. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If I design and I create, I design and I make up the hat that you have on, right? If I design the logo, the color, and everything, and I say, hey, this is my hat. I want you to actually physically make the hat. So you physically make the hat. You take my idea and you physically make the hat. And after the hat is made, you wear it and you go around and you tell people, yo, this is my hat. I made this hat.
I don't
Are
think
you lying or are you telling the truth?
no. The comparison is not the same to me personally. It's not
I
the
just want
same.
you to answer. I didn't say
No,
it was the
it's not
same.
the
I'm asking you to
same.
answer the
It's
question.
not the same. The
I'm
comparison
asking
is
you to
not.
answer the question. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to give me your opinion. I just want you to answer the question. Did you
Once
make?
I'm
Is the hat
wait,
yours? Yes or no? Is the hat yours?
no. If I get paid, I will not say it's my idea or whatever.
It's not.
But
Even if you didn't get paid, it's not your hat.
I will not release it to you if you are not.
The credit
No, it
goes
depends on
to the
the.
one who designed.
Say it again, Kathy.
I'm saying the credit will go to the one who designed the hat.
Do you agree with that, Apple?
This is about the hat.
About the hat.
Yeah,
You
about the
agree
hat.
with about the
Yeah,
hat.
about the hat.
About that. Now, Eddie.
Mhm.
If the child, now we moving back to the child. If the design of the child, from the hair to the color of the skin to the makeup to the sex of the child, is all being determined by your seed, right?
Mhm.
At the end of the day, even though they're actually having a child, they're delivering the child. They're delivering. They're. You know what I mean? They're having the child. Whose seed is it though?
Mine.
Oh,
That is why that is why
can
they carry
so
the pregnancy and
it's like I'm not
deliver the
No,
baby.
it
You
takes
carry
two
and
to
deliver.
tango.
Uh,
It takes two to tango. Yeah,
The
you can
way
say
you are
it's a
saying it,
seed,
that's it.
Go
but
I
go
don't know
back to the
how
it
heart
that's
was
not the
analogy.
mine.
biology that is playing.
Hold on. Oh, let's go back to the hat analogy because y'all agree with us on the hat. Go ahead, Eddie. Talk to him, Eddie.
Yeah, go back to the heart analogy, because that is why you carry the pregnancy and you deliver. Why do you think those words were used? You carry and deliver.
But
You
what
know
if
you
the person didn't deliver? Because
what
there's
if
people that didn't deliver. Yes.
yeah, but ideally you were supposed to carry and deliver,
I say what
right? Like
if?
Even
Because
if
there
the
are
person
people
didn't
out there.
deliver, whose
yeah,
seed is it? Whose seed
yeah,
is it?
like you carry someone else's and then you deliver it. You know, that is your
Oh,
role.
hold on, Eddie. Let's go back to the hat for a minute. Let's go back to the hat. Charity, I gave you the design for the hat. You were supposed to make the hat. Let's say you started off making a hat, but then your daughter came in and she painted it the colors that it needed to be painted. Whose hat is it still?
The one who patented it.
The whole thing is not the same. I will still maintain my style. The analysis is not the same. The comparison is not the same. Which one thing you're talking about is not the same.
Whose hat is it still, Charity?
It's not the same. I don't believe.
I just need you to answer the question. Why you being difficult?
Because you have an egg from a male, and an egg from a female to produce a child.
It's not
No.
one-sided.
It's not. You can. Oh my gosh.
Let me
Let's go to it.
how can it be the same yet the man determines the sex of the child? How can it be the same?
See, I don't know. I know that men carry X and Y chromosomes and all that. Then the woman is
Which
S
means
chromosome. So, if anyone, the man, releases or whatsoever, we actually meet the woman. So it's not one-sided. The woman has a role to play there as well. If
All right, let me ask you this question.
which is
Biology is not
carrying
there.
and delivering.
Hold on. Let's switch it up because they don't like the terminology. It's too real for them. So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's make it more fun. Apple, if you got a divorce from your husband and you have a child and you meet another guy, would you having a child already be partially a determining factor of him wanting to be with you?
Again?
You have a child already with your current husband.
Yeah.
Let's say you and your husband got a divorce or an annulment or whatever you want to call it there. Let's say you got an annulment and now you're looking to date again, but now you have a child and you meet another guy. Do you think you having a child already is going to be partially a determining factor if he would date you or not?
Of course.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you this question. Just give me a direct answer like you just did. If your husband was going to date, would it be more of a determining factor that he has a child, or would it be a lesser determining factor that he has a child
It's a
for him to
factor.
date? Huh?
It's a factor.
Is it more or less of a factor?
More of a
So
factor.
you saying that it would be harder for your husband to move on and date somebody else than it would be for you?
But here in the Philippines, yes.
I don't agree with you. Eddie, do you agree with that, Eddie?
It's close to no determinant when it comes to when
I don't know
when
what Eddie's saying.
I have a kid, for example, and then
Charity, you agree with
I'm
her?
getting I'm
I didn't
trying to
even
get
get
a
the
lady.
actual
Yeah.
question because I was trying to
Oh
fix
my
my headphone.
gosh.
Sorry about that.
Kathy, did you hear me, Kathy?
Yes, I did.
Do you agree with Apple?
No,
Why not?
maybe a child. There's some people who can date you if you have a child, even if it's in your country or something. So for some people, it's a turn off. if you have a child and you're in a dating field.
I know. So I'm asking, who would it be more a turn off for? A guy to meet a girl with that has a child? Will he be turned off faster, or what? A girl meet a guy who has a child? Will she be turned off faster?
It's a guy who will be turned off faster, not a girl.
Why? Why do you think
I
that's the case?
I think it's a society thing.
All right, but even if it's society, why would the guy be more hard pressed on the
Okay,
fact that the woman has a child already?
some men want to have their own. They want to raise their own blood, like their own DNA.
Their own
They don't want
seed,
to
right?
raise someone. Yeah, they don't want to raise someone else's child.
So why don't women want to raise another man's child?
Women want this. Most of them are raising different men's child. So I don't know. For men, it's a turn off, but for women, they
The
go
reason
for
why
it.
I'm bringing it up because y'all are making an argument about the child itself, and I'm saying to you that if you was to get a divorce right now at your age and go out and marry another person, you having a child will be a major factor determining of if the person would it'd be harder for you to find someone to marry because you have a child already. And for men, that would be more of a turnoff. Whereas for women, the child more than likely won't be a super effectiveness in their relationship, the men having a child or not. But with a man, it would because a man is we're going to be required to financially take care of this child. A woman is not financially required to take care of another man's child. Do you understand what I'm saying? That look like
Yeah.
y'all lost. And Charity looks like she's disconnected.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, so we about to wrap this up, man. Cause I feel like we went around the circle and back again. And y'all look like y'all lost. And I lost y'all. Y'all look disappointed. Y'all look defeated. Y'all look disappointed and defeated and
No,
everything,
defeated.
man.
No.
Two truths, man. Two truths. You know what I'm saying? Uh, a relationship can give you joy, love, and teach you to be silent and be a support person. But the second truth, the relationship can also conflict with your personal independence and your long-term vision. That is true. So what is the thing to do as we close this up? So Kathy, I'm gonna start with you. So what advice would you give? Being that there's two truths to that story, what would be the advice that you give women all over the world? Men and women for that matter.
So I would say you support each other, support each other's dream. If you want to be, you said it's not a must to be happy in a marriage. If you want to like to live good or whatever term I'm gonna use, so you support each other from all the truth. Because I saw it was one sided, so you should support each other.
Hey, you don't see how what you just said was a contradiction to each other?
There's no contradiction to that. Just support each other. That's it.
The the two truths was that you are need to be silent and just be a support person versus the conflict of you being independent and have a long-term vision. And your advice, being that there are two truths to it, is to
No, if you want to support your man, go for it. But if you want to be independent and whatever, then support yourself.
all right,
You
Apple.
can do both.
Apple? What is your advice you give to everybody?
Well, me as a Christian, let God be the center of everything. That's all. No argument.
Straight to the point. Charity, the defeated one.
I am
Go ahead,
not.
Charity.
Um, The only thing I have to say is that whatever you are venturing into something, just know what you are going into. Don't just go because of the form or whatsoever. Go with all your totality and commitment as well.
Eddie, what advice would you give everyone who's going to listen to this show? Being that there are two truths. One is for women to be silent and be supportive, and then the second truth that the young lady was saying was be independent and have a long-term vision and work out your long-term vision. My question to you, what advice would you give a woman who's facing those two issues?
I get we've said this before a couple of times.
You tell
It
them
is
don't
not a
be happy.
competition. It is not about your happiness. No, that is not what marriage is about. Yeah, that is. I think that is what I tell the woman.
I don't know if the ladies agree with you, Eddie. They're
No,
laughing
it
at
is
you.
not all about happiness. Marriage is not all about happiness.
Happiness is important, man.
I know they won't, but I know,
Yes,
but
I agree. So,
it is what it
Apple,
is.
is happiness important in marriage?
Yes.
Personal
It is not
happiness or
all
marital
that it
happiness?
is to marriage.
You have to be balanced in.
Yeah.
You have to compromise.
So to me, being that I have to compromise, happiness is not that important. If I got to compromise my happiness, then it's not. That means that it's not that important for me to always be happy. Because if it was important for me to always be happy, I wouldn't have to compromise.
Then if you agree with your wife, then that's no problem.
Majority of the time, it really doesn't matter if I agree with her or not. See, to you it matters. To my wife, it don't matter if I agree with, because she knows that at the end of the day, I have the last say so on what goes on in the house. And there are certain things that look. Check this out, Eddie. There are certain things that I don't care about, so I let my wife have the final say so in it. Like I don't care how she decorates the kitchen. I'm not gonna argue with her about that. So she can do what she wants in the kitchen. You understand, Apple? Apple looked disappointed. Yeah, yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, if that works for you, then I'm happy for you both.
All right, cool. Thank you. I don't care about happiness that much. There are times when I know that my wife know that I'm not happy, and there are times I know my wife not happy. The most important part of it, whether we happy or not, is that we got each other back. It's not about happiness. There are things that she not happy about that I got nothing to do with. And sometimes when she not happy and she want to talk about it, I don't be wanting to talk about it. I don't know about y'all, but let me ask you. We about to close. I'm about to ask this question though, real quick. In all of y'all relationships, I'm gonna start with you, Eddie. When you were married, if your wife came home from work, now let's say you came home from work, and your wife came home from work, and you both got home at the same time. Me personally, after I'm finished working, especially me, because my job is not really a job. It's like full time, ongoing, 24/7. So for me, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about it. Like, and when I worked a regular 9 to 5, when I got home from work, I didn't want to think about work. I wanted to, you know what I mean? I'm off to the next thing, man. I deal with work tomorrow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When I left work, whatever was going on at work, I left it at work and I deal with work tomorrow. I want the free mental capacity to deal with whatever else is going on in the world today. You know what I mean? But my
So
wife, hold on. But my wife, she'll leave work and she want to sit there and talk about her job and sit there and tell everything that happened. And I'm like, I'm sitting there listening because I'm trying to be a good husband and be supportive. But I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about what you talking about. I don't know about the people you talking about. And I'm asking her, like, yo, why can't you leave work at work? Like you want to sit here and get emotionally distressed about work now, and then making it sound like making me feel like I'm causing the problem because you are upset at work, and your job ain't got nothing to do with me. And I really don't want to hear it.
it's the woman nature. We have to complain. We have to complain about the job, and
Yes,
you
we talk
have to
about
know
everything,
everything,
no matter
even if
how small it
everything.
is. We need to talk about it.
Why though? Why do you have to? Why do you need to talk about it? Why can't you leave work
It's
at work?
natural. We can't
It's
help it.
natural.
That's
Because
not natural.
No,
because
it
God
is.
created
We can't
differently.
help it.
We
Even
created
if I had an
differently.
argument with a Patricia or Susan, you have to know about it, and you have to
No, no.
listen. I don't know. It just happens.
Eddie, what you think about that, Eddie? Has that happened to you before? It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it has, and it's unfortunate that you have to sit there and listen. You
You can't say
like,
that, bro. That'll
if
be
I
a problem.
you know
You will
yeah,
be
it's
messing with
unfortunate.
your
If I'm
happiness.
honest,
Yeah, and
and
you're
I'm
gonna
like,
be the
you know what,
problem.
I don't care about your work. You know, but
You
you
just
might
have
end
to
up
listen.
exactly. You'll
Even
upset
though
her. You'll
even though
upset
that's
her.
how
You'll
you
upset
feel,
her.
you really don't care.
Exactly. But you see, but no, but you
Unfortunately,
see,
you have to listen,
and
sit
yet
and listen.
and yet they say we
See the sacrificing that we do?
exactly.
They don't
Yeah,
give us enough
yeah.
credit
My
for it.
happiness, right?
How unselfish we are, see?
No, you have to listen.
They don't give us enough credit, man.
And how and how
They
unselfish
don't
we
give
are.
us
You
enough
see?
credit. So we're gonna end this off right here. Anything y'all want to say? Last words? Any last words, anybody?
Oh man.
Well, yo, let's give it up for the men who want to tell their wives or their girlfriend to shut up, but they can't because they want peace in their house. Give it up for them, man. Let's give it up for the guys, man. Let's give it up for them. Any other last words? Yo, the ladies today, they look defeated, man. Y'all look defeated, man. Charity, why you
No,
look
you're
defeated?
not.
Charity,
You're not defeated.
Charity look defeated, man. Charity, you alright? Everything alright over there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You look defeated. You coming back next week, right?
Yeah, definitely. Stronger.
All right, man. I'm tapping out, man. This your boy. Did Apple or did Kathy, y'all want to say anything?
Now give a shout out to everyone who was listening to this show. Keep up.
Apple, you wanted to say anything, Apple?
Well, I don't want to argue to everyone. What works for you, then I'm happy for you.
That's funny.
All good, all good. All right, yo, we signing out, man. Holla at your boy. Real talk. We out of here.